This one's about outsourcing, privatisation of public services and TUPE transfers. The first, UNISON, my trade union, has a policy formulated at conference that we oppose privatisation of public services, like any good trade union should. Now that's not to say that I'm having a dig now at our voluntary sector comrades. We have half of our branch, around about 50%, is made up of people who work in privatised services. There used to be public sector and voluntary sector organisations. Now a lot of those organisations do niche jobs that the public sector would in many ways be appalling at. The voluntary sector comes in really, really well. What we're opposed to is the wholesale sell-off of services that belong to the public, belong to the welfare state, simply to reduce wages and conditions and to create little empires for do-gooders. That might sound a little bit militant, but that's the way, and I and a lot of UNISON activists see it. Now, so like I say, we're not against. If you work in the voluntary sector, I used to work in a voluntary sector firm. I worked there for some time, and it was very precarious. But I did my best. I organised in the union. And you know, it was a job, and I should be treated with respect, like you should be treated with respect. But this video is about privatisation. Let me just check to see what's going on. The camera's playing up. Well, we're still going. Anyway, so very often, if your firm's got, if your council or your hospital, whatever, has got recognition with UNISON or any of the other trade unions, you will find out, well, certainly your shop steward will find out if there's any hint of privatisation or outsourcing going on. But if you don't, say you work in a privatised firm, you may well face outsourcing again. You may not find out until they tell you you're going to be outsourced, in which case they'll start to consult with you on the terms of that outsourcing. That's a TUPE transfer. TUPE stands for Transfer of Undertakings, Protection of Employees Regulations, so TUPE. So in many ways it could be considered a good piece of legislation. Our friends and comrades in the local waste company, the bin men, recyclers, they value TUPE because it means when they get bought up regularly, which they do regularly, everybody keeps their job. You can't just sack anybody. So that's the good side of TUPE. The bad side is, for us, it means once somebody's made a decision to sell the part of the business you are in, or even the whole business, you are bought and sold like cattle. Sorry to have to say this, but it's the truth, and anybody who's been through this experience knows it's the truth. So what can you do about it? Well, UNISON has, and the other trade unions like Unite, have resources available. You know, written resources, PDFs and websites and so on that teach you, booklets that teach you how to put up a fight against outsourcing, teach you what to say to councillors or trustees and so on, to how to do petitions and to how to do consultative ballots of your members. You must meet with, if you're a beginning shop steward or even an experienced one, you must meet with your members. Let me just check again, make sure this is working. You must meet with the members and discuss it and draw their views and see if they're prepared to take action to defend their job, to defend their jobs. Because we've seen very often. This video, for this camera for some reason keeps cutting out. I've spoken for about 20 minutes and only recorded 5. Anyway, so yeah, you've talked to your members, you've seen whether or not they're strong enough to, or have strong enough feelings to at least put up a fight, and then so if they are, this is what trade unions are for, to start to take industrial action, to fight for the members. If they're not prepared to do it, then the transfer is almost definitely going to take place. But so if you haven't nipped it in the bud, if you haven't done a campaign, join the councillors, trustees, get your members to do a consultative ballot, blah blah blah. If you haven't, if that hasn't worked, if your little campaign to, you've all got the involvement of region and all the rest of it, and you're not winning, then it's then the transfer, you'll be notified the transfer is taking place, and then consultation will start. This consultation is not about whether or not it's going to happen; it's about what the terms of the transfer is. Let me just check again, make sure it's still going. Yeah. So yeah, they can't really touch your money. They can change a little bit, as long as as long as it balances out, that you as a membership, as the member staff don't lose out overall. They can make changes to your other changes to your terms and conditions based upon the need of the business for economic, technical and organisational reasons. This is going to be really frightening to a lot of staff who have been used to a certain way of working, and the idea of this is that the law wants to balance up the rights of the owner, the new owner, with the rights of the staff. So it'd be horrific for the staff, but good for the new owner. But it's not complete disaster. Workers have, through the unions, you can Google this, TUPE victory, workers have proven on technical grounds that the transfers haven't taken place. So there are lots of rules about what should happen with a TUPE transfer, lots of technical legal rules. Do your research, and workers through their unions have proven that the transfer hasn't obeyed the law. And therefore they must go back to the company they came from. The transfer hasn't happened. Let me just check again. So this is so try and do good old traditional trade union methods of campaigning, using the power of the membership. If that doesn't work, then go for technical grounds. But this is all very highly legal. It's like solicitor stuff, maybe even barrister stuff. I've got comrades, a shop steward, very brainy guy, but don't tell him I said so. He's written a book on TUPE. I don't understand half of it, but working together, he's got the technical know-how, and I've got a bit of oomph. We can work together to try and prevent this sort of outsourcing. So this is a quick little video. You can do things to fight back. So don't give in. Good luck. I shall speak to you soon.